enters your office, it seems to have some kind of an effect on the other animatronics, whereas they actually get more hyperactive, and they just generally start to move faster. One explanation for this is that the Mangle's sort of broken radio.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Parrot Ass Rex channel. Back with another banger. No. Anyway, I am back with the Mangle. Finally. Top 10 facts about the Mangle from Five Nights at Freddy's. I know y'all already ready for me to jump into this video, so we're gonna get it on.
Showing you my top 10 facts about the Mangle in Five Nights at Freddy's. This idea was suggested by YouTube user Juan Noriega, so thanks man. So up at number 10 is that Mangle was originally supposed to be the toy version of Foxy, the same way as, for example, Toy Freddy is a toy version of Freddy. However, Phone Guy explains to you that because Mangle was taken apart by children, it became a take apart and put back together attraction. And more so, it's actually possible that Scott originally planned the Mangle to be a normal walking animatronic, because if you look at this teaser poster released by Scott to tease the second game, you can see that the Mangle still has his hook, which has been removed by the time the game was released. And now for fact number 9 is that if you happen to glance upon the Kids Cove camera while Mangle is there, you might see him laying on the ground with an eyeball next to him. And if you check on that same room again when Mangle is gone, you'll notice that the eyeball is gone. So yeah, this is just a very small detail that Scott overlooked. Nothing really too big of course, but still pretty interesting. And now for fact number 8 is that there's actually a very small chance that the Mangle might be active on night 1. If you saw my top 10 Foxy facts video, you know that the exact same thing can happen with Foxy in the first game, except in Foxy's case you have to wait a very long time without checking the cameras for it to happen, while in Mangle's case it doesn't matter how much you check the cameras. And then for fact number 7 is that Mangle is actually the likeliest suspect for the bite of 87. Before it used to be Foxy, but now we know that that is actually quite unlikely, because in the second game Foxy is actually discontinued and kept in the back room, while on the other hand we all know that Mangle has plenty of human contact, and also the way he attacks you, he bites you where your frontal lobe would be. And since we know that whoever was the victim of the bite of 87 got his frontal lobe bitten off, this all makes the Mangle a pretty convincing suspect for the bite. And yeah, so the most likely scenario is that Jeremy got bitten by Mangle while attending a birthday party during day shift, especially considering the fact that he was told to wear his uniform and stay close to the animatronics, which increases his chances of getting bit. And next number 6 is that people have been reporting that it appears that when Mangle enters your office, it seems to have some kind of an effect on the other animatronics, whereas they actually get more hyperactive, and they just generally start to move faster. One explanation for this is that the Mangle's sort of broken radio that has all that static noise somehow has an effect on the other animatronics when they hear it. But yeah, do take this with a grain of salt, because even though people have been reporting this to happen, it's not officially confirmed. And after number 5 is that there is a big debate going on about the Mangle's gender. There is actually evidence supporting both sides. For example, the evidence for Mangle as a female is, first of all, it has kind of a female look to it, and also it's one of the active animatronics during the custom night challenge, Ladies Night. However, there's also evidence out there that Mangle might be a boy. For example, that the Phone Guy refers to him as a he. And then for fact number 4 is that if Mangle happens to get into your office, it is still technically possible to survive the whole night if you're very lucky. And the reason why is because the time when Mangle attacks you is completely random, very similarly to how Freddy attacks you in the first game, whereas if he gets into your office you have no idea when he's actually gonna jump scare you. However, this happens extremely rarely, and usually if Mangle gets into your office you're pretty much screwed. And then for fact number 3 is, have you ever noticed that Mangle actually has a second endoskeleton head on his shoulder? And you might be wondering, why is that? Some people say this belongs to a separate animatronic. However, it is not very likely that he accidentally, got someone else's head stuck on him. And the most probable answer actually is that this belongs to a parrot, and that the Mangle originally had a parrot on his shoulder. I mean, after all, the Mangle is a toy version of Foxy, and Foxy, as we all know, is a pirate, and pirates very often have parrots on their shoulders. And this leads me to fact number 2. It's very probable that Mangle was inspired by Rolf the Wolf and Earl Schmerl. Rolf the Wolf, who is actually a wolf animatronic
like
from the Rockafire explosion, and of course his sidekick Earl Schmerl, who is his puppet, whereas a parallel may be drawn between the Parrot on the Mangle's shoulder and Rolf's puppet. And this also makes sense because the toy versions of the animatronics have a much higher production budget, to the point where they actually have facial recognition software, so it wouldn't be too hard to upgrade the Mangle and to give him a Parrot edition. And now finally, for fact number 1 is that if you analyze the Mangle's static, you will find that he's actually very probably trying to call the police. How do we know this? Well, if you listen to it very closely, you will hear that at some points it says 10-1, and if you Google police codes, you will see that 10-1 means bad reception. But yeah, otherwise, I made a whole video on this where I explain what I think the Mangle static means, and the video is called The Mangle's Dark Secret, so if you're interested, go watch that.
Alright you guys, so that was top 10 facts about the Mangle. I don't think there was a parrot on his shoulder, on the Mangle's shoulder. I think there was a human head. I don't know what was going on with that. Hey, who knows? Maybe he tried to get one of the little kids and it's one of the little kids or something. Do you watch one more of these videos? Or do you want me to watch something else? Put it down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe, and push that bell notification button to be notified. And this has been another mission completion, and I'll see you guys in the next video.